I'll watch some TV. It'll help me to relax!
Welcome back to the Ren and Stimpy recap. Last week we talked about the Littlest Giant, and today we're taking a look at our second space episode, Marooned.
And with these hands, I hold the fate of millions.
So this is our second sequel episode, and similarly to last week's episode, we start with the same intro as the episodes that it's a sequel to. Marooned immediately does something better though, by cutting down the intro. It's a bit wonky, but it saves a lot of time not showing the viewer a full 2 minutes of reused animation. This also makes more sense being reused, since it's supposed to be the intro to the fictional show of Commander Hoek and Cadet Stimpy. It comes down to just over a minute of old content, which, if you ask me, is a lot better than 2 minutes.
Yes, join us as Commander Hoek and Cadet Stimpy probe the spaceways in the name of interplanetary justice. These selfless men are dedicated to ensuring the freedom of Americans yet to be born. Okay, Space Cadets, prepare to hurtle through the cosmos in today's turgid episode.
Not the biggest fan of how the title card looks, but they are going for the same thing as Space Madness did. It just looks a bit uninteresting. The music and art is fantastic though. As we see credits on screen, Commander Hoek and Cadet Stimpy are crash landing. Not in the same spaceship as Space Madness, mind you. I have no problems with the change in ships, as this will help a lot to explain the continuity with a certain Season 5 episode. The animation is great as the ship is breaking and the two crash on this new planet.
Man, it's a good thing that planet was there, or we never would have stopped. We better call Space Command.
I resisted so hard not to make a Better Call Saul joke here. Ren calls Space Command and hilariously gets answered by Mr. Horse.
Calling Space Command. Come in. Do you read? No, sir. I didn't like it.
So we can't leave on our own power, and it could be centuries before another ship violates this sector.
They are all on their own, marooned as Stimpy breaks character.
We are marooned!
Just like the title of this cartoon.
Ren slaps him for breaking the fourth wall. This episode is already more fun than the last one. Cadet Stimpy pulls out his Space Cadet handbook.
The Space Cadet Handbook! Of course! Stimpy, sometimes your wealth of ignorance astounds me.
They don't call me stupid for nothing.
The dialogue is on point. They look so funny in their uniforms. The art direction here is crazy. I love how alien everything looks. Gotta give my props to the artists on this show, as this all creates a very eerie atmosphere which fits the theme.
Man, we've been scouting for weeks.
They have apparently already been here for weeks, which tracks, since in the last episode Commander Hoek said that they have done a 30-year trip dozens of times. We are in the far future after all.
I'm starved. What are we gonna do about food? Hey, get the Space Cadet Handbook.
Yeah, I can do it. Joy.
Read it, you numbskull. Don't eat it.
Interesting.
The two are studying the weird stuff on the planet to determine what they can eat, and turns out Stimpy is dumb.
Well, did you find anything out?
Did I? You bet. thing makes the coolest noises.
Who would have guessed? He gets beaten up, which he deserved. Stimpy then cooks up some space cabbage for his friend, and all is good.
Stimpy, my boy, I misjudged you. You're okay in my book.
Until the cabbage eats Ren. The commander and cadets go to sleep in their tent, and the coloring is really funny in the dark.
Good night, Ren.
Purple Stimpy wakes Ren to show him the moon, and turns out it's pretty close. That's a cool frame. The music here is really awesome. The transition from the choir sounds to this eerie space music was very clean. We are definitely doing a future video about the music in these space episodes. A funny gag here as well, where Ren tells Stimpy to go answer the flap as someone is knocking.
Hey, Stimpy, go answer the flap.
You know, because it's a tent. Tired Ren looks so funny. The one who knocks is a girl chihuahua who turns into kitty litter in Stimpy's perspective. This actually got me when I saw it the first time. It's an effective jump scare. Stimpy tries saving Ren from the giant tentacle, but gets taken as well. This is some cosmic horror. These things are scary. Now, inside one of these monsters, they are cornered by these... I don't quite know what they are. Maybe bacteria or something?
Oh, Captain Howick! Whatever shall we do?
The book, Stimpy, the book!
Yes, the book!
Well, what's it say?
It says...
The book doesn't help them, and the episode actually ends with Ren beating Stimpy with a book as these virus monster things are getting closer. This might be the end of the Commander Howick and Cadet Stimpy timeline. But then again, the last base episode had them literally delete their own existence, so... Something that will never end though, are these ads that keep taking up space in every single episode. It got pointed out in the comment section that these are parodies of the ads that would run in between old cartoons, and while that makes a lot of sense, it doesn't make me feel less bored watching them. This one is at least about something else than Log, but I still kind of don't care. Thankfully, we have a Dr. Stupid segment to make up for it. In this one, he is in a bathtub looking hilarious. He says some outrageous stuff and it's a lot of fun.
How come some camels have one hump and others got two?
Well, that's a very good question, Joe, Mark, Bob, Joe, Henry, Bob. Prepare to activate! Well, Joe, this is where gasoline comes from. One hump for regular, and two for premium and unleaded.
Making this episode, I think, the only one to have 3 straight, like short segments after the end of the actual episode. It's nothing new, but it's one of my favorites, and this also makes a lot of sense since this is the first episode in the pairing, and the segment ends with Stimpy showing a secret cartoon. That being the second episode, of course. This was definitely a step up from last week. I think this episode showcases both characters at their best, and their conversations in this episode were consistently funny. The story was really interesting, and they really played the weirdness and eeriness that comes with the setting to their advantage. Comedy-wise, like I said, both characters shined here and got off many jokes, often while talking to each other. Definitely stronger than the last episode joke-wise. Fun fact, when Stimpy hallucinates seeing kitty litter, it is the same brand as we have seen in previous episodes. Greedy Kitty. All in all, I thought this episode was a really fun watch and a worthy successor to Space Madness. Join me next week where we're taking a look at Untamed World.
Goodbye, folks.